Today I want to talk about the books I read in January. I read 16 books in January. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to start and tell you what they are, but in no order, but it's a lot. The first one is Slaying Destiny. I'm writing the sequel now, so I wanted to make sure I was caught up on it. This is my book, so I read the whole thing in January to make sure I knew where everything was going, because sometimes I can forget the problems and such, and realize the characters were much more fun than I thought. So that's one of the first books. The next two books I read I'm not sure which one is first. I think Silence and then Finale. Oh, of course, Finale. Yeah, of the Hush Hush Saga by Becca Fitzpatrick. It's about a girl who finds out that there's like these fallen angels around her, and she's like this off-breed of some mixture of angels and humans or whatever, and so she falls in love with a fallen angel. So I read the Silence and I read Finale, and by the time I hit Finale, I was just done with the series, but I really liked the first two. The next one was Stormy, and oh man, I was disappointed. I love the first three of the Shatter Me series. I really just really liked it, but then this one just ruined everything. It's just I was expecting to restore the world kind of thing, government and such, and it wasn't happening, and it's just I hate it now, so no. Okay, I was wrong. I also read Crescendo of the Hush Hush series, and this was a sequel to the first one, which I really liked and enjoyed. So there was three of these books I read in January. I read Throne of Glass, and it was good. I think I'm gonna read the rest of them, but it was like, I left it with like, I don't know, and I needed a break from it to come back, but it was good. The North Wind, I read it. I liked it enough. It wasn't like, I had some problems with it, but now that this is February 5th, and I read this in January sometime, I don't remember. I'll still read The West Wind, but yeah. I finally read The Midnight Library in January, because my TBR was stacking up, so I read this, and I really liked the beginning, but by the end it just felt like a slog, and I was really wishing it would end, so yeah, not for me. A Study in Drowning. I really liked this edition of it, and I was reading it, and I liked some of it, didn't like some of it. It had a solid story, and it didn't leave me wanting more. So yeah, it left me not wanting more, so I will not read the sequel, but I like this. The next two were rereads of Kingdom of Forgotten Curses and Court of Lies and Cinder. And I'm a beta reader for the next book coming of a Rapunzel retelling, so I wanted to read these again just to kind of catch up. So I read these two in January also. Dangerous Sorceress, book 4. I think it should stop in book 3. I was done with it. I didn't care by this time period. I was done. And well, no, not the last two, but the Queen of Nothing, The Wicked King. Oh man, I was so surprised by these. When I read The Cruel Prince, I was just like, meh, don't care. But then I read this, and this is what made me happy with the whole series, and I am in love with the series now. Next one was, I don't have the physical copy of it, so I can't hold it up. I'll have to get it. I read on Kindle Unlimited, but The Dancing Dragon. I was never reread because, well, I was into the rereads. So, Dancing Dragon, I liked it. It was good. It had a good story, and I really was happy with the ending. So, and the last one was An Arc, Dragon of Wind and Flame, and it was a good story, but then there's some of the times that just kind of started being inconsistent, and I just didn't believe what was happening, but it was good and I liked it. But that's my 16 books I read in January. Yay. Thanks for watching.